When a baby should start holding their head. One of the most exciting milestones in your baby's first year is watching them gain control over their head movements. This seemingly simple achievement represents a crucial foundation for all future physical development. Understanding when and how babies develop head control helps mothers support their little ones appropriately and recognize potential concerns early. The first month. Complete dependency. During the first 4 weeks of life, newborns have virtually no head control. Their neck muscles are incredibly weak, and they depend entirely on caregivers to support their head whenever they are held or moved. This complete lack of control is perfectly normal and expected. When you pick up your newborn, always place one hand under their head and neck to provide full support. Never allow their head to fall backward or to the side without support, as this can strain their delicate neck muscles and potentially cause injury. Even during feeding, whether breastfeeding or bottle feeding, your baby needs constant head support. You might notice brief moments when your newborn seems to lift their head slightly during tummy time or when lying on your chest. These tiny movements are reflexive rather than controlled, but they represent the beginning of muscle development that will eventually lead to full head control. 2 to 3 months, the wobbling stage. Between 2 and 3 months, you will start seeing real progress. Your baby begins developing the neck and upper body strength necessary for head control. During tummy time, they can lift their head briefly, usually for just a few seconds at first, gradually building up to longer periods. At this stage, when you hold your baby upright against your shoulder or in a sitting position with support, you might notice their head wobbles less than before. They are starting to hold it steady for short moments, though they still need your full support. Never assume your baby has enough control to go without head support at this age. The wobbling you observe is actually an important part of the learning process. Each time your baby attempts to steady their head, they are strengthening the muscles and developing the neural pathways necessary for controlled movement. Encourage this development by providing plenty of supervised tummy time throughout the day. 4 months. Achieving steady control. By 4 months, most babies achieve steady head control when held upright. This is a major milestone that opens up new ways to interact with your baby. They can now look around while being carried, taking in their environment with much more engagement and curiosity. During tummy time at 4 months, your baby should be able to lift their head to a 90-degree angle and hold it there while looking around. They might even start using their arms to push up, lifting their chest off the ground. This enhanced strength sets the stage for rolling over, which typically comes next in the developmental sequence. When you pull your 4-month-old from a lying position to sitting, their head should come up in line with their body rather than lagging behind. If their head still flops backward significantly at this age, mention it to your pediatrician during your next visit. 5 to 6 months. Complete mastery. Between 5 and 6 months, babies usually have complete head control in all positions. They can hold their head steady while sitting with support, turn it easily from side to side to follow interesting objects or people, and maintain control even during more active movements. At this stage, your baby might start trying to sit independently, though they still need support to maintain the position. Their strong head control is essential for these attempts. They can also participate more actively in games and activities because they have the head control necessary to track moving objects and respond to stimulation from different directions. Why head control matters. Head control is not just about one isolated skill. It represents the foundation for virtually every other physical milestone your baby will achieve. Without adequate head control, babies cannot safely progress to sitting, crawling, or walking. The development of neck and upper body strength during these early months impacts coordination, balance, and gross motor skills throughout childhood. Head control also affects feeding development. As babies gain better control, they can manage different textures and feeding positions more effectively. This progression supports the transition from exclusive milk feeding to introducing solid foods around 6 months. Furthermore, head control influences visual development. When babies can hold their head steady and turn it deliberately, they can focus on objects more effectively, track movement, and develop hand-eye coordination. These visual skills are crucial for cognitive development and learning. Supporting your baby's development. You play a vital role in helping your baby develop head control. Tummy time is the single most important activity for building the necessary strength. Start with just a few minutes several times per day when your baby is newborn, gradually increasing the duration as they grow stronger and more tolerant of the position. Make tummy time enjoyable by getting down on the floor at your baby's level, using colorful toys to encourage them to lift their head, and providing plenty of encouragement. If your baby fusses during tummy time, try shorter sessions more frequently rather than forcing longer periods that lead to frustration. Carrying your baby in different positions also helps. While always providing adequate support, vary between holding them upright against your shoulder, cradling them in your arms, and letting them lie on your chest. These different positions challenge various muscle groups and promote overall strength development. Avoid keeping your baby in car seats, bouncers, or swings for extended periods. While these items are convenient and have their place, excessive time in containers that support the head prevents babies from doing the work necessary to build their own strength. When to be concerned? While every baby develops at their own pace, certain signs warrant professional evaluation. If your baby shows no improvement in head control by 3 months, cannot hold their head steady at all by 4 months, or has head control that seems to be getting worse rather than better, contact your pediatrician. Other concerning signs include consistent tilting of the head to one side, which might indicate torticollis, or a baby who feels unusually stiff or floppy when you handle them. Asymmetry in movement, where one side seems stronger than the other, also deserves medical attention. If your baby was born prematurely, adjust your expectations based on their corrected age rather than their birth date. A baby born 2 months early might reach the 4-month head control milestone at 6 months chronologically, which is perfectly appropriate for their developmental stage. The role of medical guidance. Regular pediatric checkups include assessments of head control and other motor milestones. Your pediatrician watches for appropriate progression and can identify concerns early. Never hesitate to bring up questions about your baby's development during these visits or to schedule an additional appointment if you have concerns between regular checkups. If delays are identified, early intervention services can make a tremendous difference. Physical therapy helps babies build strength and coordination, often allowing them to catch up to their peers relatively quickly. The earlier these services begin, the more effective they typically are. Celebrating progress. Watching your baby develop head control is genuinely thrilling. Each small improvement represents hard work on their part and brings them one step closer to greater independence and interaction with their world. Celebrate these achievements, document them with photos and videos, and share your excitement with your baby through smiles and encouraging words. Remember that the timeline provided here represents averages and general expectations. Some babies develop head control slightly earlier, others slightly later, and both can be completely normal. What matters most is seeing steady progress over time and having a baby who is generally meeting developmental expectations across multiple areas. Your attentive care, the opportunities you provide for practice and strengthening, and your awareness of what is typical all contribute to your baby's successful development. Trust your instincts as a mother, provide appropriate support and encouragement, and seek professional guidance whenever something does not feel right. Your involvement and advocacy are irreplaceable components of your baby's healthy development.